Okay, so I wanted to record this video here just to talk about a few things and my opinions on Tekken and what's going on and what direction I think it's going in. So I'm gonna be poking around this game, so I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, pop a good old drink real quick. So I actually have a few topics I wanted to go ahead and speak on. And the first one that I wanted to talk about is Tekken 7 and its game modes and slice of life updates. Now, Tekken 7 has been out for a lot of years now. Um, I came in around season 1, not OG season 1, the fixed season 1. So, uh, I've been around for quite some time. But the only game mode that is available to us is literally this one player game mode called Tekken Bowling. Now, a reason why this is such a problem is because, first of all, it's not online. So it's pretty much just like going offline and going into arcade and treasure battle, right? Because yeah, this is what you would do when you're offline and you got nothing to do. You don't want to go online. You don't want to practice. So maybe you want to beat up a few bots. Get some get some. I don't know what you will be doing in the story mode, but yeah, yeah. But that's the thing there. We only have Tekken Bowl, and the fact that it's not online is really bad because that could have opened up a lot of opportunities. Did you know that not only you see that not only could we have fighting tournaments, but we could have had bowling tournaments. That would be interesting. That would be cool. That would open up a whole new realm of competition. You know, different characters with different stats, spin, power, and all that stuff. That would have been really, really cool. But that idea will forever be in the air and never implemented in the game because, well, they didn't think ahead. Or the devs may have had an idea like that, but they probably had no choice but to just release this offline mode that no one can play online. So it's like, who gives a shit, right? Um, for the slice of life updates, um, the little things, customization wise. Sure, we got a few free updates, little clothings and whatever, but ultimately it's kind of like obscure stuff. It's obscure stuff that you probably won't use anyway. I mean, keep in mind the auras are really cool. Uh, it would have been better if you could do it on both hands instead of like the left hand. I'm not sure why that is a thing because I think on Tekken 6 they they had customizations like electric. I know there was one for Kazuya where he could have literal electricity on both of his hands, and I think that was an item. And that's another thing. Uh, all these hit spark stuff, that's cool. That's cool, but I wish for stuff like this they had character specific items because a lot of these are goofy. Like this. Look at this. Who the fuck? You know, this is stuff you would see on a Ghost. This is Ghost Battle stuff. That's where that title comes from. Ghost Battle customization, where you see somebody wearing some mess, like a rubber tube, uh, one of the frog pants. What are frog pants? This stuff, you know, looking like a fool. That type of stuff. So it would have been cool if like every single character had character specific items. It's kind of weird. Like, look at this stuff. What is this? You know, what is this stuff? What's all this? It's cool that it's free, but in reality, bars, what does this stuff do? I mean, the shields are cool. I think they had shields in Tekken 6, mainly the lion shield for Lars, kind of like a buckler shield. But ultimately, these items are very strange. These free things, like the ones down here, they got a blindfold and a scouter from Dragon Ball Z. These items are cool, but it's like it feels odd. It really feels odd because not only does this game's customization suck ass, it sucks ass and chips, you know. I kind of stretched that one, my bad. But anyway, you know what I mean. Dude, Soul Calibur, whichever one, 6, 7, 21, 55, the customization is through the freaking roof, my man. You could make Donkey Kong if you wanted to. You could literally have, I think the character was called Nightmare, and somebody had him in he looked like Donkey Kong, and the sword was literal bananas. Like, what the bananas, bro? Bananas? That's crazy. So just stuff like that, man. Just like maybe weekly packages of just like interesting clothing, because the clothing, pretty much everybody has the same clothing, and that's kind of disgusting, right? I want to see variety, and it kind of seems like that's missing from this game in Tekken 6, where Tekken 6 had a lot more customization options. But I'm gonna go ahead and move forward now. I don't want to spend too long talking about this. The second one I want to talk about is the game being rather predictable. Now, what I mean by this is the game it feels rather straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a fighting game. You need to fight. That's it. And that's all people did. They just fought. And it's like, I'm gonna go ahead and play a match real quick. Have something to look at. And it's like, you just fight. And there was really no room for creativity. So that's why I did everything in my power when I started out making Tekken videos, is I would try to up the ante. I would try to do things that no one has ever thought of doing. That's why I have, the Happy Cat videos, the Ultra Instinct Josie challenge, where I sit there and try to fight someone blindfolded, which that was one of the harder things. That was definitely one of the harder things to do, because you're pretty much using Ultra Instinct mode, and I thought that was cool. Things like that, things that people would not think about. That is what I tried to do, and that I believe is what makes this game fresh, or keeps people wanting to look at the game without being bored as hell. Because when it's just fighting, it kind of feels, what else is there? You know what I'm saying? So it takes people like, me and other people that want to branch out with just straight up fighting, damn, tip range, and just try to do something different. It makes things a lot more fun for the upcoming, future Tekken players. And maybe some players that have been playing for a long time, you're like, maybe I should try that. You know, I did a punch only video with Josie. That was fun. Put up your dukes. I did a one button challenge, which I'll never do again because that felt awful. Uh, yeah, that type of stuff is interesting. Okay, so on to the third thing I wanted to talk about is offline events and how they affected player interests. Now, oh god, I'm gonna be honest. Like before this COVID stuff happened, offline events were a lot more popping. You know, they were the thing to do for people that got tired of the restraints that online brought, and you know the lag, of course, the net code, which still is wonky to this day, which is incredible, right? Incredible. Even in practice mode, back of the head, even in practice mode, you will get these horrible spikes, to where it will freeze for more than 2 seconds, and you're not doing anything but playing by yourself. But anyway, back to the topic at hand, right? Offline events, whether it be online or why did he do that low? Online or literal offline at a place. I had a local event that I used to go to here in Jacksonville. Um, I went a total of 3 times, I think. My last time, me not being so lucky, got shitted on by a Huarang player, you know, fucking nemesis, right? But you know, it's stuff like that. You take those offline events and you learn. You look, you see, like, okay, so this happened, you know, and then you meet cool people. That's what's cool. Slap the goofy out motherfucker. That's what's cool about offline events. You get to meet new people. You get to beat the shit out of new people. You know, you get to share your knowledge. You get to pop off. No matter you just show them what you got. And that's what I liked about offline events because it's like you cultivate your playstyle online, and it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna take what I do offline to these guys, and I'm gonna show them what I'm made of. You know what I'm saying? That is awesome. That's awesome. I'm gonna poke in practice mode real quick while I continue to talk. So yeah, offline events made Tekken 7 a bit more bearable since the drought of content altogether. And honestly, now that, you know, offline events are starting to open up again, or have been for a while, I think I should go back to them. Ego out the door, easier said than done when, you know, you get killed by a Kazuya and a Huarang, right? But that's the name of the game. You never know who you're gonna meet. I got the honors of meeting King Ray and King Ray Jr. Fought them. You know, that was cool. That was really cool. So I probably need to go back to doing that. But anyway, uh, offline events, they really made this game a bit more exciting for the people that still want to enjoy Tekken. That's what the ICFC, I think that's what it's called. What they're doing now, they're still trying to push that stuff out, even though it's online. I think it's online now, but when they used to have set places like for the Black and Blue tournament, which is the tournament that I go to, it's at a bar, and then, you know, they set up the stuff. They got a projector that they play on, the projector in the back, so all people can watch, and the TV right in front, the camera. It's fun. It is fun times. Because, you know, the adrenaline's going, the people are watching. It is incredible. So yeah, offline events, they spring stuff up, man. new opportunities and whatnot. And then the last one, which I think is really true, honestly, uh, and that is ranked being the end game as of now. As I said before, with creativity being what makes this game a lot more interesting to look at, you know, people making a certain character cool. Like you look at someone who's like, okay, this is that person's Fang, this is that person's Josie, this is that person's Steve. You know, people bringing that flair. That's interesting. That's awesome to see. What the fuck was I talking about? I went off a tangent. Ranked, right. So I kind of feel like with the lack of things to do in this game now, since we don't have a scenario campaign like we did in Tekken 6, it kind of feels like ranked is the only thing that you can do, right? And that's why I kind of feel like a lot of these streamers and YouTubers that play Tekken, this is kind of like what they do now. They play ranked, even though they are literally Tekken God Omega. They are literally Tekken God Omega. They could play player match all they want, but it's like, I don't know what it is. They could play player match, but it's, I guess, the thrill of being beaten and having your rank taken from you is kind of like a title match, right? You gotta defend your title belt, and that's kind of what it seems like, because why would you continue to play a mode when you've reached the max rank of something, you know? And I kind of think that that's what's bringing these guys to continue to play these rank modes, because it's like, oh, what else can I do, right? And I think that's sad. It's really sad. This game could have had a lot going for it, but it fell off because not a lot of things were being done. I mean, dude, the final thing that was done to this game was a fucking definitive edition. And I think that was a microtransaction where you could buy this game without the DLC characters. I think that's what it was. So like you could play this game without, you know, Cooney, Fok, Negan, and all the rest of them in it. I think that's what that is. Excuse me. I'm not sure. I forgot. I actually didn't give a shit when I heard about it, because I was like in shock. I was like, what? What is this? You know, what is this? What is this that they are doing? What is this final hurrah that they think they're doing to try to leave this game with a bang? That's a different kind of bang. That's a bang that nobody really cares about, except the new guys that's coming in, I guess. Is there's just a lot of missing content. There's a lot missing in this game. I think they could have done better. I remember a while back when they were still before COVID, I believe. They had an event. I think it was Good Ass Tekken. It was Good Ass Tekken shirts. I don't know if this was before or after COVID. I forgot. But Tasty Steve and Rip, you know, they were advertising these Good Ass Tekken shirts. And it was like for 4 fucking characters. It was like, okay, well, whatever, right? But stuff like that, that's cool. Merch? Tekken merch? Hell yeah, dude. Give me that merch, man. They could have hella sold out on that. You know, shirts, pants, hats, hella hats. People wear hats, dude. They could have cashed out on some hats. And I'm not saying cashed out like, sucker, I'm taking your goddamn money. No, like literally give the fans, you know, all right, we sold over 7 million copies or whatever. Here's our contribution. Or not, here's our thanks for, you know, showing that you still love this game after so long. We're gonna give this to you guys. Stuff like that. At least that's how I feel. I kind of feel like there's so much that could have been done, dude, but it's not. And that is what's so frustrating. It's sad. It's fucking sad how this game turned out in the end. So now, back to my original point that I was talking about here, ranked. Is this really the final chapter of this game? Ultimately, I believe it is. I believe the final push before Tekken 8 even thought about coming out. Who knows if we're actually gonna get it, right? We don't know. We could have all the G-Force specs we want, but ultimately we still don't know. We still don't know. So, with that being said, I do believe that rank match is the end game. You know, you still have player match when you want to chill and have your competitive matches, but ultimately, I think this is it. That's it. And you know what? I'm gonna draw a little something here to show you how ranked match actually looks like. So it's kind of like Mortal Kombat in the ladder, right? This is how I believe ranked to look like. This is ugly, but this is how I believe it to look like. You got Tekken God Omega at the top, and you got a straight line down the middle heading straight up to it, right? But then you have all these branching paths. This is what ranked match looks like. Because you could be going in a straight line, but then you get into a Fang match, and he sends you over this way. And he sends you over here, and you go up a little bit, but then he sends you back down. You know, stuff like that. Ranked match is literally Mortal Kombat ladder. And it's hard. It's hard. I don't want to say that ranked is harder than Elden Ring bosses, because that's clearly not true. That's a whole nother level of difficulty, right? Even if you know the patterns, you can still get shit whipped. But I think that's kind of the same concept with rank match. You can get shit whipped and you could be playing super solid. All it takes is one one sweep, and you're fucking dead. And there goes your promo. And there goes your demo. And there goes another one. So ultimately, I think it's just up to the players now. And it has been for a long time. That's why we have so many mods. We have so many mods in this game to try to keep things interesting. Even though they're clearly not, right? That's why these mods are still being made. Because it's like all these things that the community is doing for themselves and us as well should have been done. Shit should have been done. They should have had that. Map packs, clothing packs, music packs, hair packs, more hair packs. Change the damn shoes on these fucking pants, cause what the fuck are these, man? You know? Mix match. more in-depth character creation or customization. She's ridiculous. That's actually hard to hit, kind of, by the way. Uh, so yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to rant about, because I believe that Tekken is now in a linear path and it's ranked. It's ranked. And of course, this is my objective opinion. Objective as fuck. That's how I feel. So I kind of feel like that is the journey I gotta head to as well, because I'm a Fujin right now. It's hard for me in general to get up there because there are so many characters in this game that just beat the shit out of you by doing wacky shit like this. Boom! All you gotta hit you just imagine getting hit by this except 2 times as fast. So it looks like this. Sweeps like that. That's it. That's it. That's all it takes for a lot of these characters, and that's crazy. And it's hard for Josie because she doesn't have that unless counter hit. So you have to play a bit more solid with her. Sure, you can party hardy, you know, every once and again, you know, to get whack, whack, yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get stuff like that, but ultimately, there comes a point where you gotta play solid, because these characters out here, dog, these DLC characters, they running the show. They're running the show. Pay to win. That's what this shit is. Pay to win. It's pay to win. I mean, you pay for the DLC, why wouldn't it be good, right? That's true, but it's like, damn. When you do that, it's like, what about the other characters? What about the other ones? What the hell happened to Shaheen? What the hell happened to Kazumi? All these characters. What happened to Miguel? Nope, they turned into Lydia and Julia's and Cooney's. That's where they went. So, I kind of feel like that is the end game now. Rank match. And whatever we can do to keep this game fresh, we have to. We have to do it. For new people that's still trying to come in, and for us intermediate to expert players that still want to play this game, still want to make content, still want to make clips. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Clips. Ranked and clips. That's what it's dived down to. Rank match and making clips. I mean, that's how it's been for forever, but that's just another variable. But you know what I mean. We got to keep this game fresh, because this is my main game. People are going to watch me for this. People are going to watch K-Wiz, Frame Whisperer, all the others for this content. The main man. You got to keep this game fresh. At least try to. So I just wanted to talk about this. This is coming up to 30 minutes. But yeah, something's gotta give, man. So that's why I hope Tekken 8, if if it's coming out, what are they gonna bring to the table? What are they gonna do? How is the gameplay gonna be? What are the stages gonna look like? What are the costumes gonna look like? How will the moves change from legacy characters? What are the mechanics? What are the frames? What are the throws gonna look like? How many sweeps per character will there be? What characters will return? Which ones will be clipped? What game modes will be implemented? Will there be a story mode? Will some characters be killed off like they should? Or are you going to bring them back just cuz you have people that like to play that specific character? These are the questions that need to be answered before, well, not before the game comes out, when the game comes out, at least, I guess. But sooner or later, we're going to have to figure that out. We need to know that shit. Because Tekken 7 kind of went off a cliff. And we threw that rope down, try to catch that bitch, and holding on for dear life. We're holding on. But yeah, we got to do something. So thank you for listening to me for 30 minutes. I'm gonna end this here, and may see you in the next video. I like talking like this. It feels great. Maybe I'll talk about Tekken 8 stuff. Maybe not. Who knows? Yeah. See you later.